in all due seriousness, and sobriety, my grandfather had 4 PhDs, and one of them was about honey. And ESP, well, there's another one, but he linked honey, ESP, and our longevity to some kind of slime symbiotic relationship. And I've heard people talk about aliens cover themselves in slime and shit. I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't put them past me if they've seen some weird shit like that, because I got the impression when I had an experience with extraterrestrials was like, we're all connected. As we're fucked as in the ocean, and no matter what you thought about whatever, it's gonna bite you and eat you. It could and just spit you out because you look funny. I kid you not. That's kind of how they look at us, and we have this expectation that an intelligent life. Do you think intelligent life is gonna be that stupid? To, oh, wow, we realize they're finally looking at other. They're finally waking up. Oh, that Jesus, that Buddha's. Oh my God. We tricked them. We had them get all that silver out the ground, all kinds of shit, and then they could cut people's arms. And they did this. The Aztecs, they actually, you could see, was part human and part animal. They was already using the praying mantis as an appendage for a human being. It was already figured out a way to do that it worked. And in the DNA. And there's all that you're making that up. You're making out those are just monsters that you couldn't know. There was in their DNA. They made these creatures. There was not fake dragons. It was not, somebody who just magically had octopus or magic was like a lion part, creature. It was an actual, I went up to the pyramid. I looked at it. I touched it myself. Each door on top of the pyramid had a structure of somebody. One of them looked just like me. The other one looked like a monkey. The other one was an eagle. And then you walk up into this thing, which I couldn't get out of my life. They told me that I was the last people apparently to touch the fucking thing, and because I couldn't help it. I just went right up into the pyramid, and I grabbed these things. I think I didn't quite, didn't let me. I'd put it that way. I want to incriminate myself there because they knew like I was that motherfucker that could have did it if I wanted to and just ran away. Gringo crazy, but they was on me. That would have not worked out anyway. Would have been a bad move. Part of Ollie. Woo, smart thinkers. Don't think with the number 2, same number 1. Always, If you don't make that decision early enough in life, that's the one fucking thing my old man, it's like, he done tell me, he said, man, you gotta make some decisions in life. Like, not with, your, because that's, otherwise it wouldn't be men, it wouldn't be women. I mean, basically it's just the reality. And it's like, as a kid, you could try to twist that way. And he made this whole thing with the monarchy coming over here and all that shit. Yeah. Let me tell you something, man. Catholic people did not do nice to other Catholic people at all. They were taught that their breasts, they being naked in the Catholic Church is evil. Oh, no. When it has their period, they go to church. They would pray about that shit and be all unhappy about it. I said, man, down our block, they don't worry about it. They'd be gonna be all right, and they'd be like, okay, Poppy. They'll understand someday. And I'm like, I understand. It's not my problem. I don't know what it's like to be a woman, but from that perspective, you got to be the man. You know what I'm saying? Like, and for real, like that's what it's about. It's like that's me, and I started like just insignificantly, right? We all come out of that. And so for a lot of people, they're like, oh, that's nudity. And it's Zuckerberg. Man, I felt so disrespected by your bots, not you personally, okay, by your bots and your company for saying that. I'm not going to repeat. I'm not going to do that honor, okay? Because it's not an honor. It's nothing to be proud of at all. But what you should be really afraid of is censoring art that shows innocently who we are as a species and how fragile we are. So I come from that, right? Just like I come from the middle of this, the I and that, and the same thing. We're all just kind of like a little eye, is conscious of itself in their own little movie. And he's like, oh, my dad used to tell me, oh, you're not going to believe it. But try to be patient, folks. Because when you tell them the same old cliche, everybody's in their own movie, they done heard about it already. What are you talking about? They heard about it already. It's like 20 years ago. You're talking about, oh no, there's fucking hippies. I was like, oh, wait, no, but hippies are, they're like, no. And I'm like, you know what? They were right. Because, most folks, they kind of say, oh man, I got to find that something else. It's right in front of your face, dude. We're just, it's like, if you don't see how beautiful that is, like if you couldn't put yourself there, you probably aren't worthy of buying this print and having seen it in a gallery on 57th Street because you got your fucking shit so up your fucking ass thinking that you're famous or rich or, Hitler. Let me tell you something. I teach you people in Goebbels. These people were Jewish, folks. They were white supremacy and all kinds of shit. How stupid could you possibly be and not know, looking at that motherfucker, you're going to tell me that he's from out of Bavaria and all kinds of shit? No, he don't even look like that. And the people's too public because they didn't have the German Shepherd from that breed. And then, we don't know, our German Shepherd didn't know no different. So the German Shepherd that grew up and people going to the same church, they're really believing. And so when you have a kid that really believes in shit, the kid, it's called blind obedience. It's evil. And so that's what, people are like, all these bad people, I'm not even going to name names because I signed all the non-disclosure agreement. I would do them fame and justice to say their names. I'm not even doing them justice because it's just so disgusting, just dirty, disgusting people. Hey, I got to get that fixed for me, Ollie. I don't have to do anything for you, motherfucker. One moment, please, while I look into that for you. Un moment, s'il vous plaît. And I did that shit professionally, motherfuckers. Professionally. With all kinds of the most clearance that you could ever give to a fucking person like me. Okay? I mean, come on now. And if anyone is a better shot than me and my brother right now, with our, being able to be in that close proximity, that would be. And Melania, man, I'm telling you, she's gonna like it, dude. I don't give a fuck what you can disrespect women, but you can't take that look out their eye when you've done a woman wrong. She's never gonna let you for the day you die. And in your sick Hollywood nightmare, I mean, for me, it's a continuation of the Howard Stern show. Where the guy just whacked him. Donnie, I have enough for you, Donnie. And they punch him right in the face. He has that look. Like, why didn't somebody just punch me out and knock me out already? Because that's the kind of kid he was. And that's the kind of kids that used to bully my brother and I. And be like, oh, you didn't go to church with us on CCD on Wednesday. Where were you? And they would put out a tobacco cigarette on my arm, 12 years old, standing there. And these motherfuckers would still live over there. Still remember long hair. Don't tell nobody, Ollie. And he got long hair. And I'd be like, well, I ain't going to tell nobody. I don't give a fuck what you smoke, man. Just don't put that shit on me. He's like, okay, good, kid. And he'd just barrel, long hair, hip, and he'd throw it. They'd be joking around. I'm just like, man, you know what? At what point, and you're a kid, you say, well, the best thing I'm going to do is just jump out planes and shit. That's it. Fuck everybody else. And he did it, and I have a lot of respect for him. A lot of respect for him. And a lot of people be like, how the fuck on earth, after all the kind of shit he tried to do, okay, would you forgive somebody like that? And you know what? Let me tell you something. Blood is thicker than water. And it always will be thicker than water. Which way you look at it, okay? You can drink all blood you want. And there's a big difference between blood and water, period. Every day is still an holiday. Still chocolate.